and the world will be better for this. That one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shemroy. That was excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Today's lesson, entitled Make Disposition Rest, will be given by the Reverend Evan Reed.
In every heart, there is a dream. From the time we were born, from that first cry, the cry to live, to want to be, and that's our dream. Every life has an intent to be as perfect as that which we came from is perfect. And throughout the experience we call life, we travel to find it. And some of us have outpictured it and have held it. And some of us, in order to make it possible, we have tried many things in our lives to bring that true to us. The dream to live and to live the abundant life is what Jesus said he came to teach us. I came that you may have life. I came that you may live and experience life fully. The passage of life can be likened to a process. We move from birth to that which we call death. And no matter how long it takes, the quest is always to live that dream of perfection or abundance, to be happy, to be healthy, to experience wholeness and a measure of abundance. In every heart, there is a desire to live. And from the beginning of this program we started a few weeks ago, we went through some steps. We talked about desire as the universe or our spiritual self seeking to tap us and keep nudging us, letting us know that our purpose is to live healthy, happy, and prosperous. And that desire is always woken up when we have a need, when there appears to be a vacuum or a shortfall in our lives. When we are going along life's pathway and it seems easy, we settle. And sometimes when we settle, destruction comes. The story is told of Sodom and Gomorrah with Lot. Lot chose the fertile land. And because everything was met, he settled. And then destruction came. You see, first comes the experience of abundance. And then we relax. And then we fall into disarray again, like the children of Israel who had gone into Egypt with Jacob and all the siblings, having met up with Joseph. and they stayed in Egypt too long until they had to get out. That constant striving for better is part of that dream mechanism that commands of us to seek life and to seek more of it wherever we are. We move from desire by making a decision, a personal choice to live. If we don't make a choice, then whatever happens, we can blame anybody for. But every action that we take in life, we make a decision. Because the universe operates on a law of cause and effect, everything that happens in our lives happens because of a cause, a decision or a choice that we make. And for every decision or every choice, we pay the consequence. We either succeed or we fail. Having made the decision, we must claim that whatever we are looking for is ours. Fear not, little flock. It is my pleasure to give you the kingdom. We must be realizing by here and now that the spiritual kingdom we're talking about is the realm of ideas. We are not talking about cars and boats and houses. We're talking about ideas. When we claim an idea, we claim it in mind. And as we claim it in mind, we begin to build on it. See pictures in our mind of it. Enlarging it to the point where it becomes possible that we can have it manifested in our lives. We have had a desire. We made a choice. We have claimed. We have said, this is mine. But there's a power in the universe that is called love. Love is the uniting force, the magnet that draws whatever you are looking for to you. In other words, whatever you have in your life, you have been the power that drew it to you, good, bad, or indifferent. Whatever you are experiencing in your life, through the power of love, love is not an emotional device where we feel sad and happy. It is the power of the universe, just like gravity, bringing things together that are related because they are pulsating at the same spiritual energy, and they are held together until whatever they came together to work out is worked out. And then we must have faith. Faith is the ability in all spiritual things to look beyond appearances and perceive a preferred future, and at the same time hope for it. It is your ability to look beyond your seeming desperate situation and say, yes, I see a place beyond this, and I will take me there because I have the power to move beyond these circumstances by mentally perceiving a place that I would like to be and motivating all of me to get there. The getting there requires work. Faith without action leads to death and stagnation. So although we see it in our minds, if we are not willing to work for it, we will never have it. Once we begin to work, we have to train our minds to keep our minds stayed on the good that we see. So thinking right is very important, because your thoughts produce after their kind. So that if we think negatively about our own dreams, we can never manifest them. So many of us have good dreams held in here. We have things that we can see, but they never come forth because we think we are not worthy, or it's impossible, or the economy is such. Well, look at the economy. They say so much negative things about the economy, and yet still when we look at the city of Toronto, every day the skyline and the sun is blotted out by another tower going up. So there is money wherever we are, but your mindset will either draw it to you or send it away. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he, and so are his experiences. You know, everything begins with thinking. For from your thinking comes forth what? Your words. Be careful what you say, because you will meet it along the way. You know, we say things and then we say, excuse me for saying them. Think before you act, because your words build up treasures in your own heaven that you will meet, either diamonds or seashells. There's a wonderful skill. It's called listening. Many of us hear because the air is set up with a drum that beats as the air, the pressure of the air, comes in contact with it. In the inner air, there are 3 bones that rattle and vibrate and then convert that noise and let it flow through the auditory nerve to the brain, and then the brain interprets. It's in the brain that we think. This is where we listen. We do not listen here. We listen once the vibrations get in, and we decide to spend time and focus on them. Then we hear. So when Jesus said, those who have ears to hear, let them hear, he's saying, you have ears, listen. Let the material go in and let it connect with your consciousness. You cannot listen unless it connects with your consciousness. And then you need to accept. Acceptance sometimes can be very difficult, because wherever we come to, we have prejudged situations. So sometimes we come to a new place, but because of the biases we hold in our minds, we cannot accept that place as having any good for us, so we shut it off. The secret is, wherever I am, God is. That means whatever is there or here, whoever is there or here, are also operating in and out of God. For wherever I am, God is. Peter, call not what I have made unclean. Kill and eat, partake. Sometimes we have so much prejudice, so many biases, that the people who could help us, we turn aside. We travel from wherever we come from to this place, but we don't like it. We don't like the people in it. We don't like what's happening in it, but we still came. How can it bless you? To accept is to realize that wherever I am placed here by the power of love to receive whatever I am looking for, clear the cobwebs and clear the biases from my mind so that I could see. Take off the filters so I could see. Until we do that, we cannot go into the next 2 and final steps of the series. If I come with a closed mind, I have already made up my mind of what I will get. I would leave with nothing added. Let's go back to the beginning. We began as a seed placed in a womb. And we grew and became an infant. And then we were able to live on our own. And from then to now, if we are stuck with the same mentality of the infant, it means we haven't grown. If we are stuck with the same mentality as a child, it means we are not grown. I have to learn to put aside the things of the past so I can move on. If my quest is to live a healthy, happy, and prosperous life, I need to put aside the things of the past. I need to set aside old beliefs, all the old thought patterns, all the emotions that cause me to be ill, I need to set aside. If I am not willing, my story ends right here today. I will never grow. I will never experience more. I will never have what life has for me. If I am not willing to open my mind by first cleansing it and releasing from my mind all the negative thoughts, negative beliefs about myself, about God, about others, I will never experience the glory that life is. Making disposition is to dispose of, to get rid of. If we are not willing to get rid of, it's like a man accumulating garbage from the time he was 21. And he doesn't let any go. And he is now 75. Can you imagine the weight of the garbage? Our minds, our consciousness could be so full of garbage. And we are still telling people we are happy. Eating the same trash from yesteryear. Doing the same things, wanting the same things from yesteryear, and believing that yesteryear is the best year possible. Is like going back home and the people telling you, when I was 18, that was the best time. It meant that you have not lived from 18. Because every day is the best day of your life, because best means there are improvements. If there are no improvements, life has not been lived. If we keep talking about yesterday, that means we are not experiencing today or right now. If you are not willing to cast off, you cannot take in. You're already full. It's like a stomach that is full, can't eat anymore. Get rid of. Take a laxative. You need help. Take to help. And sometimes people come into our lives like laxatives to help us get rid of. They pose new situations for us, and we refuse to look because we do not know what slackness is. You know, you're laughing at this. I spend time thinking about this. And you think it's funny? It's okay. Ain't funny for me. There's a young rich man who came to Jesus and said, Jesus, I want to be like you. And Jesus says, go sell all that you have. Give to the poor. And then you will have treasures in heaven. And come and follow me. If you take this literally, you miss the point. It means whatever you own, you have to protect. You spend your energy securing whatever you own. Hello? We're talking about mind now. We safeguard our beliefs with lock and key. Hello now. All right? And anything that is new that could help us, we reject. Jesus is saying, go clear your mind of all your beliefs. Give them away. Somebody else not as strong as you need them. You leave it with them. But you, clear your mind, and then you can start to think anew. If you can't clear your mind, you can't think anew. How can you have new things in your life, new people in your life, if the same thought patterns that attracted the same old people are there? You're going to have this new people in old wineskins. The same people. Because you really can't put new wine in old wineskin. To dispose of means to release and to let go. The funny thing about beliefs, all beliefs are lies. They're not true. If it is not a truth, it's a lie. It's a personal conclusion that you have come to, and you are now holding that as true, based on the information or based on your experience. Think about it. Think about some of the beliefs that you hold. They're not true. They are personal. They are subjective. They are seen from your position and your position alone. If beliefs were true, then most of us would be believing the same thing. Even our beliefs about ourselves are false. Because it is the belief that we have about ourselves, the central belief that we have of ourselves, is the cause of all our suffering. We have taken what people have said about us and came to conclusions that are lies. Number one, into man. I am a spiritual being. Hello now. Living in a spiritual universe, enriched by spirit. I am a manifestation of spirit. So whatever you tell me about a man does not relate to me. Men are dogs. Ain't no dog. Hello now. I'm a spiritual being. who can be whatever I want to be, whenever I want to be, wherever I want to be, however I want to be. I have the power to transform and become whatever I want to be in this moment. So all the stuff you have put on me, that's your opinion. You know, teachers tell children, oh, you will not succeed. And children believe that nonsense and set out to prove it because they believe it. Because whatever you believe, you will prove to be true. Now, I am a rich child, expression of spirit, capable of transcending all limitation and anything that is negative. I can be whoever I want to be, and no one outside of me can stop me once I believe that I can be. Little children are told by their parents when they do things that the parents don't like, you're bad. And at 11 they take guns and go around the neighborhood and shoot up everybody because they're bad. What you believe about yourself, you will practice. What you believe about yourself, you will accomplish. If you think you're bad, you will do bad. If you think you're great, you will be great. If you think you're good, you must be good, because that's what will motivate all your action. It doesn't matter what they think of you. Think of yourself. As a child of God, I am beautiful. I am capable of being the best me I can. And I hold that in my mind. I must rid myself of all negative attitudes. An attitude is an internally held position. When I see myself in a negative way, when I do things that other people think I shouldn't do, I get guilty. No, when I do things, I do the best that I can, and my mind is always trained on good to help you and to help me. So whatever I do, I need not feel guilty about, because I've done the best that I can do for you and I. I don't need to be afraid when I do things, because I know I'm coming from a place of good. Why will I be afraid? We did the 23rd Psalm as a commentary last Wednesday, and that is the greatest psalm, because it's a song that says, I have put my trust in my God, and everything that I could ever need, I have. Hello now. It is not a prayer. It is a song that you sing, celebrating your relationship with your master or your Lord, or whatever you have as your God. It says that water is nice for me. There are green pastures. And even when appearances of danger are there, I am not afraid, because if I know that wherever I am, God is, and God is absolute good, why must I be afraid? Oh, wow. That's empowering. So I go forth in life knowing that all my needs are met, and I don't need to be guilty. I don't need to have fear. Fear is self-placed anger, and I don't need to have outside anger. I don't have to judge what people do in a way to say they are against me and be angry with them. I could just see that they are doing it from their perspective, and what they are doing, they believe is good for them. So why would I get angry? I smile and I say, right on, brother. Right on, sister. You have a right to do what you have to do. Can you do that? This is what disposition is. Getting rid of depression. You know the times when you don't get what you want, and like a little naughty kid you get, no, you don't need to do that. Wake up and realize that your Heavenly Father knows the things that you have need of, and sometimes you need to work with yourself before God could work with you. Get up in the morning as the sun shines. Take care of yourself. Put a smile on your face and let the day face you instead of you facing the day. This is the day that the Lord has made, and be glad in it, for this is the best day of my life, and I don't have to feel down and beaten up. No, I get up with enthusiasm. This is the day. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I'm happy. Get up. Get up and go. You know, if you spend an extra 5 minutes in your bed, the urge to spend another 5 will be there. And before the end of the day, you've spent an extra hour. Anytime you feel sad and lonely, get up. Go in the mirror and love the person in the mirror. I love myself the way I am. There's nothing I need to change. I am beautiful. I am capable of being the best me I can. Just keep telling yourself that and wake yourself up. And all those people who have done you things 50 years ago and they're dead, get rid of them. Because you're holding them in your mind. They don't even remember or know what they did to you. I had a wonderful experience in 1977. I went back to Trinidad after being here for some time. And when I didn't leave on good terms with the people who I worked with and some of the people who lived in my area. And I went home with so much anger and tension to get people that every time the plane did a dip, my heart experienced a boop, 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 I'm going dead. And as I came into the airport and went into the area where customs and immigration and health and things, the first person I recognized was one of my neighbors who I wanted to cuss out. He said to me, "Hey, Evan?" I said, "Yes." He said, "You son of a," whatever he called me. "You never even wrote us and tell us how you do when you lost contact. Everybody's always asked." And right there my heart leapt. You mean to say he does not know what he did to me? Interpretation of other people's actions are the cause of our unforgiving souls. Let it go. Give them the right to do what they did. Hello now. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they're doing to me. Release them, Father, as I release them. Let them be released. The quicker you release is the less hardening of your arteries. When you think they have done evil, take a breath. Inhale, hold it and count to 10 and say, "Thank you, Father," and walk away. You have anybody that you've been holding in mind? Yes, you could talk about it. You have 2 minutes. Is there anybody that is coming up for you? Somebody that is holding you back from living because you are holding them consciously in your mind? Is there anybody who has done you something that you can't forgive them for? The reason why you are experiencing what you are experiencing in your body and in your relationships and in your life as a whole, your bank account, is because you spend too much energy on those people and not spend the creative energy that you have to multiply what you have. That energy that you give to these people are drawn away from you, so that all the energy you need to build your life is taken away, and you keep doing like, what is that kind of dance again? You're doing the moonwalk in your life. You keep going back all the time. Well, did you know what he did to me, or she did to me, or it did to me? I don't want to know. And don't come for counseling. The only counsel I have is forgive and live. When you forgive, something happens. You can rest. When the mind is not going pitter-patter, pitter-patter, it means the mind can rest. You ever had a rested mind? Hello now. You ever had a mind that is free? Hello. Anybody out there? You all were laughing just now, but we're getting serious, right? Have you ever had peace in your life? Not an I and an E. An E and an A. Have you ever had that? When there is no fear, when there is no anxiety, when there is nothing to worry about, when you have disposed of all the negative things in your life and you don't know what to do with yourself. I had a wonderful trip to Barbados at the end of the year, and there was a couple days where I worked with myself. Nobody knew I was working with myself. I had to do a lot of forgiveness, a lot of releasing. I even had to release this center from my consciousness and realize God has given you an experience to grow your own self, not to grow a center. And I had to forgive and release and let it go. I went back in my mind, places I had traveled, my workplaces and stuff, and I realized my actions today are still in the same pattern as they were then. Got to let go. I had to let go. It was a wonderful holiday, and I came back feeling light. And by the second week of January, I realized that I had more still to let out. And last February, 2 weeks ago, I had a big flare-up in my mind. And I realized forgiveness is not something you did in Barbados. It's something you have to do every morning you get up to start to live. Hello now. You gotta forgive every day. When you remember, set it aside. This is a wonderful piece of scripture. Do Do you not believe that I am in the Father and the Father is in me? The words that I say to you, I do not speak of my own authority, but it's the Father who dwells in me does his works. When you come to realize that as a spiritual being, spirit is seeking to live as you, and you need to tell yourself, not my will, but thy will be done in and through me. It is your life, because I am not life as heaven. It is the Spirit of God in me that is life, that is motivating this body through my mind to do the acts that I need to do, and I should do it from the beginning, knowing it is God's life that I am living. When I realize that life is this wonderful gift that I am consciously aware of, the ability to move, to take action, I could rest and let the Spirit of God in me direct my path. But most of us are control freaks. We, like sheep, have gone every man according to his own way. So we could never be herded together, because we are all seeking individual power and power over others. Control over others. You know who I am. I don't give a hoot. We all want to be up there so we could look down and control. No. The less control you have over people is the more you could go home and sleep. And you know this vein here, they go down. You don't see it anymore. And you see all these in here, they flatten out. Because you're at peace. Hello now. Hello? And when you go to the doctor and he puts that pump up, he says, oh, you have the blood pressure like a little child. And you say, yes, thank you. Because I don't stress myself out on anything that concerns God. I let God do the work in and through me. Big dreams, little dreams, specific dreams, individual dreams, all come from the same source. All of us, as spiritual beings, are constantly fed by the same source that is spiritual energy, that which permeates the universe. Call it by any name, it is the same thing. Don't get caught up in a name. Get caught up on what you know it means to you. We have the ability to think. To think is to take ideas in the mind and picture them, because ideas are invisible entities that has no body. They're just pure substance. We have the ability to entertain them, to outpicture them or image them, and form patterns in our minds called thoughts. That's what we do. We have that ability to. But all ideas came from the same source. The same idea that you have passes through me. I may see it differently because I think differently. Resting transfers all stress, all tension to spirit. I know that my Redeemer lives. I know that wherever I am, great things are going to happen. I don't know how, but I know that Spirit will direct me to that path for me to experience what I need to experience. So I rest from all labor. I don't have to sweat myself out to achieve anything. Have you ever I'm going to tell a story. He's dead now anyway. A good friend wanted a house. He had no money. He had bad credit. He went out. Whatever you're looking for, there are people who will give it to you. But there's a price. Somebody who was not incorporated with the government willingly allowed him to have the down payment. He fought to get it. He did all kind of stuff to get it. He got it. He got a house. The week after he got the house is the way it was. This is either in the 80s or I think so. Yes, in the 80s, because I can't mentally go back that far. But I'm going to give you in the 80s when the interest rates jumped. Anybody was around that time? Yes. Speak your age now. Yes. Talk up. They jumped 10 and 15%. That's the bank, not the loan shark. He went up 30%. And in a week's time, he lost the house. Except the Lord builds the house, we labor in vain. Meaning, everything has a process. It first comes as an idea. Every idea comes fully clothed. An idea is like an egg. Everything to make the chicken is inside there already. It doesn't need you putting anything else inside of there. If you let the idea sit for 21 days in a temperature-controlled environment, you will have a chicken. But we get the egg. We crack the egg. We eat the egg. And then we want the chicken. Then we look next door. And the neighbor has 12 eggs. And the energy to get one of those eggs consume ourselves so much that when the neighbor finally gives us the egg, it can't hatch. Except you place your dream in the nest of spirit and let spirit take care of it, we labor in vain. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
Isn't that wonderful to know that in every heart here there is a dream, waiting for the dreamer, that's you, to work with spirit to let it come about. But we don't like to surrender because we feel we know. We have read a lot of books and we feel we know. Smart people suffer just like people who are not smart. When you learn to put your trust in the spiritual component of your being, all things become possible. Say with me, my dream is possible.
My dream is possible.
I am a possibility thinker.
I am a possibility.
I believe that my good is on the way.
I believe that my good is on the way.
I let go.
I let go.
I let God.
I let God. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds, each from my doorstep, singing sweet songs, a melody pure and true. Everyone singing, this is my message to you. Everybody singing, don't worry about a thing. Why? 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. I'm singing, don't worry about a thing. Tell me why? 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun.
How many?
3 little birds,
Where are they at?
on my doorstep, singing sweet songs, a melody pure and true. Singing,
This is my message to you. Verity, singing, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be alright. Let me hear you singing, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be alright. I rise up this morning, I smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds, where they at? They on my doorstep. Woo! We're singing sweet songs, a melody pure and true. Let me hear you singing. This is my message to you. Just us now, singing, don't worry about a thing. No, 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 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, singing, don't worry about a thing. Why now? 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry, singing, don't worry, don't worry about a thing. No, 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 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. I'm singing, don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. I'll rise up this morning, I'll smile with the rising sun. How many? 3 little birds, where they at? They on my doorstep, singing sweet songs, a melody pure and true.